Okay, I'm trying to make a video of question 6. Try being the operative word because I'm having a few goes and still getting used to the equipment. We'll get there eventually. Okay. So this is a pretty tricky question. Basically, you need to know quite a few little formulas. We're trying to find first of all, an expression for the area of that grey area there. That's the bit that's not cut out there, saying that you've got a circular piece of tin plate and you're cutting out these white areas there and you're left with the grey area. We've got to show that this is an expression for the area of that grey in terms of the angle theta. So now, so what do we need? We need the area of a sector, and if you're like me, I always forget the formula for this. Okay, but the way I think of it, it's theta over 2 pi, because that's the fraction of the circles. I'm just doing the sector here. Okay, and it's times pi r squared, which means my formula would be a half theta r squared. Okay, you're not going to forget it if you think of it like that. The other thing I need to know is the area of a triangle, and I don't mean half times base times height this time. I mean half times a times b times sine theta, and I'm pretty confident that's the right formula because I've got sine thetas in the solution, and that's where they're going to come from. So yeah, that's plus that's all we've got. We don't have any. We don't have many distances. We're not going to be able to work out much else without that. Sorry, it keeps changing size and stuff. That's just me getting used to my writing pad thing. Right. Okay. So first of all, yeah, we need to get this area. I'm just going to call it A. This is the area of the grey area. So we've got the sector first, which would be a half times theta times 10 squared. Okay, because the radius is 10, it says so in the picture. And then the triangles, well, you've got the triangles that sort of go, here, put over there this way, and then this one, this angle here is obviously just theta, so that bottom one would just be a half a b, A is 10, sorry, half times 10 times 10, A and B are both 10, so half a b sine theta. Okay, and there's two of those. Oh no, there's only one of those, but there's two of these other ones. Okay, so that would be 2 times a half times, it's still 10, everything's 10, this is the radius of the circle, so 10 times 10 times, but the angle here is pi minus theta. I'm terrible at diagrams on here, so I pre-drew that one and it took me about 4 goes. So pi minus theta. Now, well, the first thing that you've got to realise, really, we can simplify this pretty easy. So that would be 50 theta. Okay, and then this bit here, well, we've got 50 sine theta as well. And then this bit here, we've got 100, so plus, hang on, look at that. There we go. Sine theta plus, what did I say? 100. Now it's sine pi over theta, but sine pi over theta, pi minus theta is equal to sine theta. Look, there it is. There's sine theta. Okay, that's that distance there. Okay, over here would be pi minus theta. It's the same, so we can just replace this with 100 because those two cancel out. 100 sine theta as well. So this is why we've got 50 theta plus 150 sine theta. Okay, that's the tricky bit, coming up with that 150 sine theta because of this. Alright, the rest is pretty easy, apart from they didn't really look at the restrictions. Okay, so the restrictions on this, I'll just write it out again. So area is equal to 50 theta plus 150 sine theta. I'm going to discuss the restrictions at the end because, yeah, they actually didn't bother in the solutions I've looked at. We'll say it's from 0 to pi. Okay, you can open up theta further, but then you're going to get a different. Sorry, up here you're going to get a different shape. Okay, once you go past there. So yeah, we'll just go with that. And anyway, I'll just look at a few things and we'll see why. That's probably wise. Okay, so now we've got to find d80 theta. So d80 theta is going to be the 50 theta. That's going to be 50, then plus 150 cos theta. Okay, now and you're going to let that equal to 0. We'll just draw a quick sine diagram, which is very, very difficult to do at this stage. I'll put that there. Okay, when would this equal 0? Well, if we take this 50 over here minus 50, divide by that, you're going to have minus a third equals cosine theta. Okay, well, if you do the inverse cosine of negative 1/3, well, you can't do that one in your head, it's not in the book. Okay, it's not one on your little diagram. You're going to have to use a calculator. You would find that you would get, well, at least one solution. I think it's 1.91. I don't think I know. It's approximately. And this is this value here. Okay, now there is another value here. Okay, so there are other values. There's infinitely many values, but we're only going up to pi. So in fact, we could stop there. But, and there is a 4.21, but I'll come up to there. If we just stop there and don't even bother, stop there at pi, we can just forget that, and we can't go smaller than 0 anyway, so we'll forget that there. So your sine diagram, because you are maximising, it is going to be plus minus. Let me just see if I can get up a graph of that. Yeah, just grab this in very, very quickly. Okay, if you look here, this is what the graph of the area function 50 theta plus 150 sine theta looks like. Okay, so there's your first maximum. In fact, the one that's just past 4 is in fact a minimum. So we wouldn't be bothering with that. So this is why this sine diagram will do. We don't need to go further. So we'll just go with that. 1.91 is all right. So, and then last of all, this was part A here, wasn't it? This was part A, and this was part B, where we started to do this bit here. And then we can just sub in that value. So, because the question was find theta such that A is a maximum, we've done that and find that the area in this case. Okay, so all you would do there is just sub in the value 1.91, and you're only going to get it approximately. You can't get it exactly, so it's just 50 times 1.91 plus 150 times sine. Sine of 1.91. You just bung that in your calculator. I'll just see if I can find the answer to that. No, I can. Yeah, it is 237. Okay, so 237. Yeah, say the hardest thing about this was the restrictions. I'm sorry about the mess. I'll get used to these videos, but I hope that's, at least me talking through it has helped a little bit. I'll stop the video there.